This is devotional number 127, and today's date is September 6th, 2016. We're looking at Psalm 15 this week, and I want to look at verse 2 in particular today. I'll read verse 1 and 2. A psalm of David, Jehovah, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. The Hebrew word for walking is Strong's number 1980, and it signifies one's manner of living. And the word for uprightly is Strong's number 8549, and usually it's translated as without blemish or perfect. God, in fact, looks upon a person whom he has saved as walking uprightly because his sins have been paid for by the Lord Jesus Christ before the foundation of the world. And God causes the person to walk uprightly as a result of his salvation. For example, God uses these two Hebrew words in Genesis 6, 8 through 9, to indicate that Noah was perfect and walked with God because he was saved by grace. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Jehovah. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. The Passover lamb in Exodus 12:5 was to be without blemish. Again, this is the word 8549, translated uprightly in Psalm 15, because it symbolized the perfect nature and work of the Lord Jesus Christ. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And we find this typology confirmed in the New Testament if we go to 1 Peter 1, 18 through 19. There we read, For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation or lifestyle, received by tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. Now, let's look at this next phrase, he that worketh righteousness. We know that because God works within the heart of a true believer to accomplish his good pleasure, God considers that work to be righteous. We read in Philippians 2:13, For it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. We also see this in Acts 10, not in Acts 10, but in Isaiah 26:12. There we read, and it's translated has wrought, for the word for to work. Lord, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all our works in us. Also, if we go to Acts 10, 34 to 35, we read there, Then Peter opened his mouth and said, Of a truth, I perceive that God is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him. Lastly, we go to the third characteristic here in verse 2 of Psalm 15, he that speaketh the truth in his heart. From Ephesians 4:21 to 25, we understand that when a true believer becomes regenerated or becomes a new man in his soul, at the moment of salvation, God gives them the ability to understand and to speak truth. And it's like a new language. that the believer learns. It's the language of the Bible. We read there, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Jesus, that ye put off concerning the former conversation or lifestyle, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another.